You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about the Eagles. Man, the Eagles been getting a little love on this channel lately. There's a lot going on with the Eagles between Big Dom and a great game against the Niners the other day and all the attention it got. And the tush push, Roger Goodell wanting to ban it. We got Jerry Jones making new comments about the tush push. We'll get to that. I said, you don't ban it. Don't ban it. If you don't like it, then scheme it out of the league. If the Eagles can scheme up the play, defensive coordinators can scheme the play out of the league if they don't want to see it anymore. Figure out how to stop the damn play. Now, somebody said I was wrong and it was a bad take because the play's too much like rugby. There are similarities, and there have been players that's made the transition between the two sports. If it's a lot like a rugby scrum, then figure it out. But as of right now, it's a legal play, and get it out of the league. Scheme it out of the league. Now we got David Carr coming out here and making some, what can only be described as some controversial comments. And by controversial, I mean David Carr's getting destroyed. All right, he's getting destroyed on social media for a take he had last night, a take that came from Total Access, a show that airs nightly that gets maybe 100,000 views or something like that. And he basically said, look, maybe the Eagles should consider benching Jalen Hurts. Wait, what? Come again? Is this on? What? Benching Jalen Hurts for Marcus Mariota. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, I think Marcus is one of those tweeners. He's one of these borderline guys, one of these 29 to 35 quarterbacks in the league kind of guys, a guy that could very easily probably play another 6 years as a backup, or maybe fill in as a bridge. I'm actually floored that he did not soundly beat out Desmond Ridder in Atlanta. It didn't work out there. A lot of people thought Mariota was going to take that job and run with it. He didn't. So last night, and look, we did not know this. It was revealed the other day when it was dropped out there that Jalen Hurts has actually had some kind of a injury situation, which is kind of weird because where's this been? Injury reports, there's been no narrative about it, none of it. But nonetheless, David Carr, Derek's brother, the one that played for the Texans, by the way, David Carr got the shit kicked out of him as a quarterback, especially as a rookie. The Texans drafted him as their franchise quarterback, and his rookie season, he was a human piñata. It was the worst beating I've ever seen a quarterback take. He was the former number 1 overall pick, 14,000 yards, 65 TDs. He got sacked a NFL record 76 times in 16 games as a rookie. 267 times he got sacked in his NFL career. Derek Carr got absolutely crushed. And I'll be the first to tell you, Derek had the skills to play quarterback. But I'm going to tell you, the first couple of seasons with the Texans, it ruined him. He was shell-shocked. You could tell he was shell-shocked. You hear stories about quarterbacks talking about they can see shadows and they think there's a rush coming that's not there. That's David Carr. This take has got almost 8 million views on it in less than 24 hours.
The only way that they get there, to M-Rob's point, is Jalen is 100% and he is that dynamic weapon in the run game because that creates your offense on the outside and your one-on-ones. Clearly, Jalen isn't comfortable reading through a defense in a drop-back pass scenario. Some would say he's not even good at it. And I think that when you look at this team, you have to have a serious conversation if you're Philly. And you have to really say, is it better for us to play Marcus Mariota right now and let Jalen get fully healthy? Because I would argue that it does not matter if you're the number 1 seed.
Oh, okay. So you heard him. Should he be benched for Marcus Mariota? Now, I've got PFF up here. I got a membership to it, so I might as well use it. I don't love their quarterback grading system, but I like it. And I at least believe it gets you very much in the ballpark. And right now, PFF has got Jalen Hurts as the 13th best quarterback out of 38 in the NFL. Okay, certainly a quarterback that's going to be a starter for your team. All right, going to be a starter for your team. I don't even know if they've – let me take out the minimum snap count. Okay, so Mariota is tied for 24th once you take the minimum snap count out. I don't know where he would be last year or extended periods on this list, but it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Marcus Mariota. He's 11th in the league. He's 5 yards shy of 3,000 yards passing. He's got 19 touchdowns. I don't love the fact that he's got 10 interceptions. That's high. That's high. But he's a dual threat quarterback. I mean, designed runs, 185 yards, scramble yards, 242, 12 rushing touchdowns. Now, in case my math is just, maybe I don't do math well, but I think that's 31 touchdowns. That's 3-1. That's 3-1. All right, if you're 3-1, you are pretty damn good. Now, a lot of people are dragging David Carr. It's not a good take. But they're dragging him. Some people are pointing out the pocket comment he made. I'm going to tell you, Jalen Hurts is not great in the pocket. He's not. It just having to sit there and throw darts like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning in the pocket, no, he is not there. All right? And David Carr is not the only former quarterback that is an analyst right now that has pointed that out. There's 4, 5, 6 of them out there. And one of them in particular is a guy I know for an absolute fact that bathes in NFL film, okay? And he's like, yeah, he's still got some struggles from the pocket, passing. But he's a damn good quarterback. He's a damn good quarterback. So, as you can expect, David Carr got drugged. He got drugged straight to hell over this. Jalen Hurts with a torn ACL is still better than a healthy Marcus Mariota. Respect him. How does David Carr still have a job? This take is rough. Caps for rough. Sports analysis has become a cheap competition of who can make the most outrageous claim and draw the most attention to themselves. Not wrong there. I mean, it is what manufactures money. It's a miracle I found someone worse at their job than his brother. Oh boy, they drug Derek into this. This has to be the worst take I've heard all season. Pretty soon, NFL Access is going to have Nathan Peterman on the show with outrageous takes like this. This is possible. One too many sacks from his playing days. Elite level of trolling. Yeah. Saying a veteran quarterback that has won nothing should start over a top 5 QB in the NFL is crazy. Is Jalen top 5? And I'm a big Jalen guy, but is he top 5? I think he's probably top 7 or 8, though. I mean, it's certainly nowhere in the neighborhood close to a Marcus Mariota. This dude was probably the worst quarterback ever. That's not true. And now he is probably the worst analyst on quarterbacks ever. Man, have you ever seen Jamarcus Russell play? Just wondering. He was worse. There's something off with the Carr brothers. This isn't a hot take. It's just crazy. He needs to be drug tested immediately. One of the worst takes ever televised. Worst commentary than quarterback if that's remotely possible. This could be the worst take of all time. He didn't exactly say that. Stay off the crack. I'm not a fan of the Eagles. Don't particularly like Jalen, but this is a ridiculously bad take. It's not good. It's not good. I mean, it's not good. Did he take a dig at Jalen for struggling in known passing downs? Yeah. But talk about creating a false narrative. He was saying Jalen needs to be 100% healthy for the offense to work. This offense is at its best when Jalen is running. That was the one caveat in all this. He did say, you set him until he's healthy. That's what he said, actually. That's what he said. A lot of people aren't bringing that up. Productive Buddy was nowhere productive with the Titans or the Falcons. What makes him think he's taking over for Jalen Hurts? Marcus had a couple of decent seasons with the Titans. Bro, they're 10-2. This is the one I can't stand. Let me put the analyst statistics up in his career, which mean nothing, because the best analysts and coaches are usually the backup quarterbacks or the guys that didn't quite make it. So I hate that shit. It means absolutely nothing. It doesn't mean you can't watch film and break it down, you know? That doesn't mean that. But it's a terrible take, but I hate that. Yeah. Here's the attention you wanted. We'll try to cash in for CTE therapy. We'd be better off listening to another former NFL QB give their analysis than David Carr. Fire him. There's better analyst. David Carr is to analysts what Derek Carr is to being a quarterback in 2023. I got to admit, I thought Derek could have a better year. I really did. I mean, it's there's a dog looking at you out of the corner of his eye. Yeah, ask him to spell cat or CTE. Bet he can't do it. And there's a lot of people bringing up the fact that, immediately loses all credibility. He must have been watching his brother play and forgot. The Carr bloodline does not belong near anything labeled #NFL. Man, it's kind of weird how many people don't. CTE hits hard, little. What is that? Is that Waterboy? What is that? Yeah. I don't know, but you get the point. He's getting destroyed, as you can say. David Carr is showing concussion-like symptoms. Yeah. So it's definitely not a good take. It's not a good take at all for Derek Carr, or David Carr. Yeah. Well, Derek, David. Tomato. Jerry Jones still has no issue with the brotherly shove. Let's see what Jerry's got to say about the play right now. Earlier this season, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones made it clear that he has no problem with the short yardage play the Eagles have perfected. As Dallas prepares to host Philly on Sunday Night Football with the division lead suddenly in reach, Jones was asked again for his thoughts on the play. Quote, I don't have that kind of issue with those techniques. Jones told 105.3 The Fan on Tuesday. That, to me, will ultimately take care of itself. In other words, he's saying defensive coordinators are going to scheme it out eventually. Those things have a way of being adjusted after a period of time. Usually it's cyclical. And when you see something really get going, gets an edge on offense, you'll see the defense catch up with it. Absolutely right. Jerry's not wrong. And so I think you'll ultimately see that plugged up, and they'll be doing something else. That's exactly what I said the other day. Jones pointed out that the pushing really isn't making that much of a difference. Quote, I don't know that the pushing aspect of it is where the battle is won. I think it's the initial get-off. I think it's the initial positioning. And I think it's the lineman getting underneath the defensive guy. I think it's the art of the quarterback to fill the soft spots and the crack. But I think there's an art of the deal here, and to me, it's not a problem. So that was Jerry. I wanted to put that in there since I talked about it just the other day, but that's Jerry Jones saying, no, the defense will eventually figure it out, and the tush push or the brotherly shove will get solved. That's what I said. I don't want to see the NFL enact yet another rule or another ban on something. I mean, my God, there's too many rules now. The game is changing all over the place, and I just can't stand it. Lawrence Taylor just came out and made comments saying he couldn't even play in this league now if he had to. And that sucks because he's the GOAT on the defensive side of the ball. He's the defensive Tom Brady, and he's saying I couldn't even play now. To me, that sucks. He was a total badass. He'd knock your head clean off your shoulders, though. Tell me what you think, Black and White sports supporters. David Carr, does he need to be checked for CTE? Question mark. Peace, I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.